Hello everybody, and welcome back to Yu-Gi-Oh! GX Tag Force 3. It's your buddy Cooper here, and today we are going to be getting a brand new partner, a brand new deck, and we're going to be living a brand new life because the Damon period is finally over. And I think we're all happier that it's over. Alright, everyone feel better now? I feel better. I feel like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders. So much so that I'd like to actually get a pretty good partner out of the way. So let's find a partner that we can consider good, team up with them, and just have a pleasant time. A pleasant time where I don't have to worry about getting my butt kicked. Not that many strong characters left, but you know what? The Chump is probably the strongest character still on that board. So let's go ahead and let's do it. Chumley and me, it's time for... You guys already know the team name. Oh my god. The undefeated Squad League team. The top of the food chain. Team Apex. I don't care what anybody says, Chumley is a god in anything he's in. Oh man, I'm so sleepy. It's been a while, but it's delicious that we get to partner up again, Cooper. Yep, we did. If you guys didn't know, me and him did partner up back in beginning of Destiny Season 2. If you ever saw that Let's Play, which was on my original PlayStation 2. The uniform barely fits, oh no. Alright, well, Chumley is here, which means we need to make a deck that's... We don't even have to make a deck that works with him, actually. He's actually just a good partner in general, unless his deck 3 and deck 2 are pretty good. I don't know what his deck 1's going to be like, if I'm being 100% honest with you guys. So let's do it like this. What cards do we want to try using? If we're based on attack points, because we could always use his deck later, so why don't we just pick a deck that would just be fun to use, and it can involve tribute monsters or slower decks because he plays pretty well. Looking at all of this, we can try... Most of these cards are not that important to me, or they're cards we've already used in a different deck. We can try... Fusiler, nah. Inferno, nah. Line Darkness, nah. Mechanical Hound, maybe. Red Core, Red Eyes, too easy. Trust me, I want to have an easier time, but it doesn't have to be like a stomp. Dark Simorph, nah. Emissary of Darkness, maybe, if it depends on the deck. You can go Classic and use a Machine King deck, but it'd be nice to use that with a partner that actually uses machines instead of just me. I guess if I use DNA Surgery, it would work. It makes the deck a lot slower, but like I said, my partner will be good, so yeah. Alright, yeah, let's make a Machine King deck. We can make this work. So, let us just make the easiest change ever. Since we want it to be a Machine King deck, we're just going to call it Machine King. Make it simple. We're not calling it that, sorry. We're just going to search Machine and the word King. And that should find us every card in the fake archetype, because it's not really an archetype, but there are a couple cards in it, so maybe it is an archetype. Okay, Beast Machine King? Nah. Perfect Machine King? Yes. Regular Machine King? Hell yes. Mechanical Chaser? Why not? He relentlessly pursues his target in orders of the Machine King. He has something to do with it. The Prototype Machine King? Hell yes. What about Robotic Knight? He serves the Machine King. Get in the deck. If you're serving the Machine King, you can get in the deck for all I care. Alright, then we're going to go just look for cards that fit. In fact, if I'm using DNA Surgery, I don't have to make every card machine. Of course, that means we're really going to have to top deck or rely on DNA Surgery. What about Declaration of Rebirth? Yeah, that card is good for certain decks, but DNA Surgery is what we're looking for. I really haven't used a DNA Surgery deck in forever because it's just too much to rely on as a continuous trap. But maybe if I run some newer cards I don't typically run in other decks, it'll work out. So let's do it. Knowing that we're also running a lot of tributes, we are going to run monsters that can special summon. So let's focus in the level 1 to 4 range. Let's focus on effect monsters. And then let's see, going from the bottom up, which cards special summon. We can also use invincible cards too. That's not a terrible idea. Spirit Reaper is good. Is Marshmallow worth it? Probably. Just to make sure we make it to our cool form, since... Oh, and Dandelion for sure. Since we're trying to summon the big old machine stuff. Alright. Alright. Card Trooper. Honestly, just a good card in general, yeah. If I throw them away, I can revive them, so there's value in that. Those floaters don't work for me. They don't make sense. Time Wizard, I'm using that in a different Let's Play. Petey the Dark Clown I personally like a lot, but not every deck needs to be a clown deck. I feel like I abuse that a little too often. You have Shinnigan, Ho-Shinnigan, whatever your name is. Comrade, nah. We can do better. Allure, no. Switch, kind of like it, but we'd have to go for the different guy. No, that's not gonna work. A lot of options here, guys, so there's a lot to consider. I want stuff that special summons, that works with my partner's deck, like that Gyakko Gire there. Kinda like that Gyakko Gire. Because my partner definitely uses stuff like that. Okay. Well, actually, that's not a terrible idea. Go back to Gyakko Gire. Let us get that in the deck. We don't need Morphing Jar for this deck. Where's Gyakko Gire? I swear I had him on the screen for a second there. Yeah, give me the panda. I'll get 2 pandas. Nimble Mamonga I only own 1 of, so we can't use that even though my partner has it. It sucks that we only own 1, but it happens. But what we can use is the rat. The machine rat, of course. So we're just going to go for Giant Rat, which should be up here somewhere in the G section. There he is. Giant Rat fits, and this will work with my partner's deck, so at least we have some synergy, despite the fact that I'm going to turn everything he owns into a freaking machine, which will shut down some of his spell cards, and I'm doing that knowingly. Alright, so looking at what we got so far, this is fine. Our goal is just the Machine King stuff, so focus now on limited to semi-limited cards. Focusing on this, we are going to use swords. We don't want to use TT. Not in this deck. We need our spell cards, our trap cards, so we can't run that. We're going to run Premature Burial. We're going to run Ojama Trio. We're going to run MST. We're going to run Monster Reborn. We're going to run Mirror Force. There's some musts that we have to have. Magic Cylinder is not a must, but we can run it. Limiter Removal's a must. We're running that. Heavy Storm is a must. We're running that. Gold Sarcophagus in this deck is a must because we rely on a trap card. Giant Trunade is a must because it's just that good. Foolish Burial has a use, but is not necessary for this deck. Brain Control is a must because we're a tribute deck. Let's go ahead and let's get out of... Well, actually, there might be some more monsters we want to try. Marshmallow? It's considering it. Yeah, why not? It can't hurt to at least try it. Sangan doesn't search what I'm looking for. Snipe Hunter doesn't help the way I want it to. Cyber Dragon technically works, but then everyone's just going to be like, okay, well then just run the fusions if you're running Cyber Dragon. Then I don't want to even get into that. Let's just focus on... Technically, I can run any of these cards and they'd be fine. Alright, let's not run any more of these cards. So now, our focus is going to be on helpful cards. Cards that can save us in a bad situation. Which means we are running a trap-heavier deck. So when it comes to cards that can save us, we need stuff that can stop our opponents from destroying us. I'm looking, using my eyes, not seeing things that were going to be able to save us. Well, actually, let's bribe the opponent. That might not be the worst idea. Okay, there's value in that. Bribery has its value. And then, screw this, go to normal. Let's go to equip spells. There is an equip spell that works well in a Geometrio deck with Machine King. And that is on the other side. It would be the Big Bang Shot. I only own one in the entire game, but that's still enough to be useful. And then the last card should involve either destroying the opponent's stuff or allowing me to make new plays. So let's go with the old standby, the classic but effective Raigeki Break. And finally, I could use Phoenix Wing Blast, but no. And finally, I want one last thing that'll just, like, surprise the opponent. You know what? No, keep it in the trap cards. Zero Gravity. Yeah, that's a card I used a lot in my other decks, so I think that'll work. Okay, this deck should work. It seems basic, but my partner is a very efficient team member, at least when I fought him fighting on other teams. So I'm going to call this Apex 1, since he's going to be the Apex leader. I'm just the first member. I wish I could be on Team Apex. Chumley's so freaking cool. Alright, let's see. Metalheads is gone. Goodbye Granite Caverns. Goodbye reference to Squidbillies episode. Alright, let's go ahead and let's start our adventure. Sorry about that, guys. Deck building will always be shown now because I got too many comments on that of people being mad that I don't show all the decks. But the essential idea is there. You understand my concepts now, why I choose things. We're not going to try and fight anyone. We're back to normal duels, which means that people are back on the list. So if they're on the list, we're not fighting them. Hero and, yeah, these guys fit the list. Kami might not, but I don't know if I want to test my deck on a level 6. However, I'm going to test my deck on a level 6. I'm going to do the thing I said I probably shouldn't do. So running triple DNA surgery basically implies that our deck is going to be bricked. We have a lot of bricks in this deck, which is why we ran some floating monsters to try and make up for it. We will see how it goes. If we could start with 1, that's great. If we start with none, that's bad. Okay, we started with 1, that's already great. Which means we never want to top deck another one for the rest of this Let's Play. Alright, let's go ahead and set. Let's go ahead and end our turn. And I think she's a fish deck, so DNA surgery would really mess with her. Yeah, exactly. I'm going to activate DNA surgery now. I'm going to turn everyone into a machine. The machine. Giant Rat says no. I still take 50 piercing. It is a piercing monster. I run a few of those myself, but none that I need right now. I'm going to go with Card Trooper because it will speed up my deck. She's got her own Speller Trap ready to go. I have another Giant Rat because of my luck stat. Let's try to hit our tributes or DNA surgeries. Nope, those were all amazing cards that I wish I didn't hit. Damn it. Alright, well that is fine. We can still just go in with Mechanical Chaser or go for a second safe Giant Rat. I'm gonna go with a second safe Giant Rat, even though I think they're gonna attack Card Trooper anyway. I want to save my actual machines until I need them. And if that trap card is Fish Depth Charge, they won't be able to use it. Yeah, enjoying your Cranium Monster. Now, granted, that Cranium Monster will destroy the crap out of us if she manages to summon it. So let's hopefully not allow her to summon it. Of course, she might be holding on to a Premature Burial or Monster Reborn to make it possible. Well, it doesn't really matter now. I need to keep the DNA surgery, so I will bribe you, even though it would have been nice to destroy your trap card. I need the DNA surgery, so you got me there. Ah, you had an option no matter what. Damn it, that rat was valuable. Then again, at least I get draw power now, and they got to the cranium one way or the other. Okay. And I can't technically stop her effect, which means my cards are essentially useless. I will activate Swords to buy me time. I need to get Machine King out. And I need to get a lot of other stuff out, which is what Swords is for. I don't know why you just killed your awesome monster. For a worse one. Swords makes the computer play very poorly. If you play swords in any Yu-Gi-Oh video game, the computer player starts playing extremely poorly. It is a known fact. I'm going to use Dandelion aggressively. I'm going to activate the Premature Burial. With the Premature Burial, I'm going to bring back, honestly, the Prototype Machine King. Prototype Machine King is already quite strong thanks to all the machine monsters on the field, including my opponent's machine monsters. I'm going to attack your depth. Goodbye, Abyssal King Shark. Goodbye, whatever that was. Goodbye, your last guy. Yep. Alright, Kami's in a bit of trouble, and my Prototype Machine King is still at 1800 attack, which is not bad. Salvage is what you had set the whole time. Interesting. Thanks to swords and the fact that you already used Heavy Storm, I feel no fear. Which is why I was able to go so aggressive, because I already saw the Heavy Storm. I don't think she has enough defense to stop us, but just in case she does, let's play even more monsters. And Prototype is at 19. Nope, I need you to be at 21 for you to be able to beat 2K defenders. So, let's... Or I could just steal Cranium Fish. That is a great idea. Cranium Fish is quite the monster, after all. Alright, let's get to work. Cranium Fish, you can... Actually, no, Prototype can beat it. Prototype, no matter how much defense it has, it's dead. Yep, get yourself another Cranium Fish. See how much that matters. Oh, you got the Thousand Eyes Jellyfish. Okay, look at you. Being all special. Okay, the deck works. It's a little rough around the edges, but it worked. Sorry, Kami. Level 6 test worked. Alright, Chump, I'd like to duel with you, so let's go find someone that's not teamed up with a stall duelist. Oh, Jesus. Blair and Zane is a little too strong of a start, I think. Donnie and Viper's on the list. Ugh. Fine, even though this is a horrible, horrible idea. Chumley, I'm going to test you off of two of the strongest duelists in the game. The Cyber Dark deck and the Lightsworn deck. We can all agree, but Blair's probably the strongest duelist in this game. Like, it might be Supreme King, it might be Blair. It's probably Blair. Lightsworns are just way too busted in this time period. Alright, your Apex boys are going in, but nobody could stop this squad. You hear that? The underworld only makes Chumley hungrier. Alright, the Chump start... You run Dizzy Tiger? Oh. Alright, well, that's fine. I like Dizzy Tiger, but that makes me think that he's gonna... Oh, we lost all our Death Koalas! Oh my god, that's so unlucky. Well, that card would have died anyway, but there goes our TT. Chumley, you need to think those through. Okay, Chump, I'm gonna try and get our DNA surgery, since my deck kind of needs it. Alright, Dark Bribe I started with, DNA surgery we're gonna need. It could also work with a Drama Trio, but we're just gonna summon a... Yeah, I'm just gonna summon a Machine King, the prototype of them all. Let's see if she starts Heavy Storm. We're gonna attack for 16. I may not have DNA surgery yet, but I got a Mirror Force, so I feel pretty safe if she gets Jane or Garth or Garoth, I mean. Okay, that's interesting. That dragon is not that scary to me unless you actually have a second monster to show me. Nope, you can have your field spell. That does not intimidate me. Garoth is the one I was worried about, and there he is. Alright, this is not about the dragon, but this is more about Garoth. Partner, I left them wide open. You have Dizzy Tiger for good damage. Yep, AI is addicted to getting rid of field spells, even though that one wasn't even that big of a deal. Partner's Dizzy Tiger goes out, which does work with his deck, kind of, I guess. It's just a Beater Beast warrior monster, which won't be that for long, so, you know, enjoy it while you got it. Birthright doesn't seem to make sense for your deck, though. Oh, no. He got rid of me when he had the chance. He was smart. He knew that prototype would get stronger. Alright, well, that changes a lot of things. I wish now I had a different card. I didn't realize he'd have a Cyber Dragon so early when it's semi-limited. Alright, well, I'm still going to go with Card Trooper. And we're still going to go with this. so I can get some cards in the grave. Hopefully DNA surgery. No, I don't think I hit my tribute monster either. I did not. Okay, that's fine. My partner will figure it out. Right, partner? And I'll make sure they don't get to keep a monster. It's Master. Shit, that's the perfect card for them. He's just gonna float until he finds what he wants, and I'm helping him. Alright, that's fine. We can live with that. Partner, I'm gonna ask you to do your very best, because this is gonna be a rough duel. I knew these two were gonna be tough, but damn. We're all machines now, which technically might buff their Cyber Dragon in the long run if he has the contact fusion. That was not a Light Sworn, luckily, so we will die, but we will not be... Ah, it doesn't matter. That thing just does piercing. We're gonna die. Oh, that... If I could draw one of my tributes, that would help. And my partner has a decent defender, but he needs to... Ah! He needs to top deck his freaking other monster. Oh, I don't even know if he can hold off another turn. A third Mass Dragon, why not? Oh! Wait a minute! Oh my god, if I could draw Machine King. Oh, game, you gotta let me. Oh, he messed up so hard. My DNA surgery made the opponent play worse. Oh my god! I activate Giant Trunade! I activate Brain Control because we're just gonna win right now anyway. But since we already have game, let's go. Ah, we win with exact damage. Chumley and I managed to beat Blair in episode 1, Duel 1, our first tag duel. And Zane. Team Apex, unstoppable. Chumley, don't say that to him. He's so pissed. God, you're gonna make him so pissed off. That was awesome. Chumley's an awesome partner. Okay, well. We got our test run with Chumley. I got a duel, he got a duel. And next episode, we're gonna give him a lot of duels. But for now, let's buy ourselves a box and see if I can get more big bang shots or whatnot. Honestly, anything of real value would be nice. Give me more. Alright, no thank you, no thank you, no thank you. Rarity. Second Dogma. Sure. A third Diffusion Wave Motion. Meh. A third Fenrir. Actually, maybe. Might be usable. A third, nope, that's useless. Okay, most of this is meh. I'm gonna go with meh. I mean, Dogma, it's good to have more than one, but let's be honest, I already used the Destiny Hero deck, and I don't know if I'll ever go back. So, that's going to be it. Next episode, Chumley and I are going to actually get to dueling. There's no more deck building to be done, so the deck seems to work. We beat Blair. Obviously, thanks to Giant Trunade Brain Control, we were guaranteed to beat them, but if they had any way of healing or stopping us, then we top deck Machine King, which was perfect. Either way, bye-bye. Thank you all for watching.